With Backlash in the rearview mirror, we're on the road to Saudi Arabia for a Night of Champions, and the World Heavyweight Title Tournament is now underway. Who's going to go into the finals? Well, this show has certainly provided that on the Raw side. We'll just have to wait for what SmackDown has in store. What's going on, guys? Boss Up A6 here, back to another video, and today I'm here to do my Raw review from Jacksonville, Florida, and yikes. Look, this show had some decent moments, but I'm going to be honest, folks, this show was kind of a drag. It was pretty mundane, if you ask me. Mundane Night Raw. And I apologize for my hair being so glorious. I need to take a shower, but yeah, I ain't going to go too far or too long with this review because really there wasn't really anything of worth note besides a couple matches. So I'm just going to get into it. So we have a world title and 12-man tournament. That's all set up. So Cody comes down. He talks about Brock and talks about how he beat him at Backlash, and he talks about being the world champion. About that. And then all of a sudden, Seth comes down. Whoa. And he stares on Cody. Ooh, a little blast from the past, even though it was a year ago. So, then we get a recap of Bunny and Priest. Then Kathy and Priest are backstage. And Priest talks about talks about being in the finals. Maybe him or Finn are going to take the title home the Judgment Day. About that. Meanwhile, Seth is in the ring while this is all happening. 20 minutes in, and we're already in the first match. Good timing, everyone. And someone on Twitter did, I saw a couple people on Twitter actually, did say this. Why didn't Cody's match happen first if he was out there like that? I guess I can understand why they did that, but at the same time, it felt like it was just filler in all honesty. So, it's a triple threat. It's two triple threats, and they're in the first round, and the winners of the two triple threats will be in the main event tonight. And the same thing applies on SmackDown. So we have Rollins versus Nakamura versus Priest. First round match. This is the better of the triple threats. I will say this right here, right now. This was actually a pretty good match. At one point, though, Priest got hit with a stomp. Then Shinsuke broke it up. And then Rollins and Nakamura go out for a little bit. Priest was doing the big man stuff. And then, like, a couple minutes later, like, he got up from the stomp. Like 2 minutes later, he got up from the stomp, which I'm like, okay, whatever. And then Priest gets a knee bar put on, but then Seth has the frog splashed and the pedigree, and there you go, Seth wins. So there you go. Seth's moving on to the main event tonight. Imperium are backstage, and they kind of yell at Tozawa for some weird reason. More on Tozawa here later. And then Sami and KO are there, and they're just kind of taking the piss out of Imperium. They're like, don't disrespect us because next week, Gunther's going to be here next week. And Sami's like, well, you're going to be Imperium here in about 5 minutes, which is pretty funny. And then Owens seems annoyed. And they're like, you know, how about we have a match tonight? Okay, there you go. Oh, great. Alpha Academy come down along with Maxine. Ali took on Otis. This is a match that happened in 2023, about to 2022, 2023. I just did not care. I don't know why they're making Ali a hippie. I don't care about this. I don't care about this Otis and Maxine feud or whatever the hell the storyline. It's stupid. Otis looks like he's going to go for the Caterpillar, and Maxine and Gable, they're debating whether he should do it or not. And then eventually Otis goes into the post, and 450, there you go, Ali wins. Cool. Can we move on, please? Miz is backstage. He talks about how he's going to be new world champion. About that. Miz versus Balor versus Cody. Yeah, it happened. It was a match that certainly happened. It wasn't technically bad, per se. I just don't care about Miz, and I frankly don't care about Cody. And I, to a lesser extent, I really don't care about Balor, in all honesty. They're all good talents. I just didn't have really a big reason to care. Balor does get hit with the coup, not the coup de grace. He gets hit with the Skull Crush finale, but Cody breaks it up. 3 crossroads, and it looks like Cody's about to get it, but all of a sudden Brock shows the hell out of nowhere. He pulls Cody out, F5 on the floor. Balor wins with a coup de grace. And an F5 through the table. Brock, he's got a black eye. He's apparently his nose looks like it got busted open a little bit, and he's got the stitch. He's got stitches, and Brock is one of the intentionally scary and most unintentionally human beings simultaneously. Like, he is intentionally scary and unintentionally hilarious at the same time. It's so baffling. Because the way that he's trying to be so scary, it comes off as funny for some reason. He says, you know, look at my face, look at my face. And he says, you got lucky Saturday. And he says, you know what, I want to fight. You and me, Night of Champions, we're going to have a fight. So there you go. Then we get a recap of the Brock attack. Okay, Cody and a trainer are backstage. Rhea with Dom took on Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke got a match in 2023. Look, I don't have anything against Dana Brooke. She tries, God bless her, but she is one of the wrestlers of 2023. God bless her, though. She has improved, but this match was a bit awkward. It was mainly a squash, though. It was mainly to put Rhea over. The crowd did not care about this match. That was another thing, too. This crowd was not digging this show. And, eventually, Riptide, it looked like Rhea didn't like that, so she puts on the Prism Lock, and there you go, Rhea wins. We get another Riptide, and then we get another Prism Lock, but all of a sudden, Natalia shows up, and she stares down Rhea. Okay. They may rush it towards Night of Champions, but if I'm going to be honest, they probably should save it till probably Money in the Bank. So that way you have a bigger crowd and you have a more, glooming atmosphere. So we get NXT call-up video packages. Byron and Zoe Stark are backstage. I will say Zoe Stark's makeup makes her look a little bit younger, which isn't saying a whole lot. And all of a sudden she sees Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross is just staring off into the distance. And they are going to have a match. Okay. Cammy, that's a callback. 2018. If you guys don't remember that, then you're going to be confused. Sami and KO took on Imperium. Match was fine. I would like to see another match between these two for the tag titles at some point, but sorry about that, folks. Kaiser and Vinci, they're doing their stuff, and Sami and Kay are over with the crowd. We get a stunner to Kaiser, and eventually he'll live a kick to Vinci. There you go. Sami and KO win. Good stuff. So Zoe took on... Oh, wait, no. Right again, pal. DeVille and Green are backstage. They are sending petitions to get another chance at tag titles. And then the Way are there. Yay. Like, I'm glad Gargano was able to get through his hip surgery, but I'm sorry, I do not care about this. Gargano is a good athlete, but it feels like his matches are, like, you've seen that one Gargano match, you've seen them all. Candice, more to a lesser extent. I like Indy. Loomis is fun. Loomis is cool, but I just don't care about this stuff. And Loomis does a thumbs down on, signing the petition. And there you go. And Gargano says he is coming. He's coming back. Most likely going to be Ciampa. I really hope Ciampa is doing okay, because apparently Ciampa had the hip surgery. Gargano had the shoulder injury. That's what it was. I keep getting those mixed up. But besides that, get my terminologies mixed up. Nikki comes down, and then we get a recap of the 6-man tag. Zoe took on Nikki. The crowd didn't care. It wasn't bad. It was mainly getting Zoe over. The Z360, and Zoe wins. I thought it was C360, but okay, whatever. Byron, Rhea, and Dom are backstage, and Rhea's getting asked, is there any pressure that you're the #1 drafted? No, not really. And then all of a sudden, Akira and Woods are laughing at them, and Dominic, He tries to sound tough, but it comes off as a bit cringy. He says, do you want to fight? And Woods is like, sure. Okay, then. We're having that match. Trish is backstage with missing Becky pics. Trish comes down, and she does her typical heel promo. Though it felt like the crowd boos were piped in. That looked a little iffy. That goes to show you that this crowd was not digging this show. She says no one's going to take my spotlight. And then Becky's music hits. And oh, Becky's going to come down and get Trish. Nope, swerve, bro. And then Trish goes on to talk about how she has a daughter. She says Becky has a dumb daughter, which is, I don't know why that was funny. But Trish says, well, I have a daughter. I was going to give her a doll, and it was red hair, and we were going to call it Becky and all that stuff. Then all of a sudden, Becky's theme hits again. She ain't here. And then lo and behold, Becky shows up, punches Trish. Trish runs off. There you go. We get another Cody and Brock recap for the 100th time. Cody, Sammy, and Kay are in the trainer's room. Woodstock on down with Rhea. This was given 10 minutes, by the way, and a commercial break, because we can have nice things in our Lord and Savior 2023. It wasn't bad, I just don't care about Dominic. I love Rhea, and Woods is fun. Eventually, elbow drop, and Rhea pulls Dom out of the way. Roll up, there you go, Dominic wins. Cool, moving on. Indo Shearer backstage. Why is Jinder Mahal given TV time in 2023? I just want answers. I just want to talk. I don't have anything against Jinder personally. I just find him egregiously boring. Miz and Nakamura backstage. Miz still wants a team. No, we're getting a one-on-one match next week. Okay. Green and Deville are backstage, and Liv, who looked great, and Raquel, who is just there, they show up, and how about we sign? And they're like, oh, no, we're gonna, well, if you just want a tag title match, why don't you just ask for it? No, we're one, so that way, if Damage Control wins, we get another title shot. Okay, so whoever wins the women's tag title match on SmackDown is gonna face Green and Deville on Raw, because the tag division is just full of entertainment. The women's tag division is dead. It's dead. Just don't make women's tag titles if you don't have a deep roster. We get another recap of Cody and Brock. Again, because Cody deserves more TV time. We get it. He got beat up by Brock. Only show it maybe once or twice, and then you can cut to a segment where he's like healing and all that stuff. And then Cody and Kathy are backstage. Kathy looked great, by the way, but I don't need to, that speaks for itself. Cody accepts Brock's challenge. Cool. Finn versus Seth, semifinals. Good stuff. Honestly, really good stuff. I ain't going to go through it verbatim, but Finn was playing the dickish heel, and he actually powerbombed Seth into the barricade, which was kind of a callback to what happened in 2016 when Seth accidentally... When Seth threw Finn into the barricade and Finn's shoulder got relocated and Finn literally had to put the frickin' shoulder back in its socket. We do get a pedigree, but a kick out. Seth keeps getting hit with the drop kicks. Finn keeps going for the coup de grace, but to no avail. Seth went for the stomp, inverted stomp, and then another stomp, and there you go. Seth wins, and Seth is going on into the finals for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who's going to face him on SmackDown? There's some potential winners, but if it was up to me, it's either going to be Styles or it's going to be Edge. And that way, Edge can finally put over Rollins. So, there you go, folks. That was Raw. It was a show that existed. It was certainly one of the shows of 2023. So, yeah, not a whole lot to say about the show. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, tap that big red subscribe button, and tap the bell so when I upload, you guys will be notified. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Most importantly, join the herd. I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace out.